Hi cuties, besties, and ghosties. This is Muertera. Welcome to my channel, Muertero. For those of you who are returning, hi, I'm so grateful to have you back. For my new listeners and viewers, welcome. So excited to have you here. Today we're going to be doing really cute reading, channeling messages from your person. So we are going to look at some oracles. I've shuffled a lot of them in advance so you don't have to sit there. Then we'll go into the tarot, read from my intuitive deck, and we'll channel some more messages. So if you haven't already, definitely hit the like button or subscribe if you'd like to see more readings. Otherwise, we will dive into our pick a card section. And if I don't see you there, I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hi cuties. This is your pick a card section. So I guess pick a pile now. Today I've decided to put out a couple different decks, and then we also have crystals. So our first pile has this really glossy piece of adventuring. This reminds us to take chances, to be bold, to put ourselves in situations and circumstances that are uncomfortable for us. And I've paired it with the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, one of my absolute favorite and maybe all-time favorite decks. This one gets a lot of use. Next, we have this piece of red carnelian, also pretty glossy. All of these are glossy. I picked the gloss today. This reminds us to be courageous, to take chances. It's a little bit more forceful, I would say, of an energy than the adventuring. The adventuring always, to me, seems like more kind of carefree. And this is like boldly going where no person has gone before. I personally love carnelian. I've also paired this with the Mysterious Forest Tarot deck. So if you feel called to this pile, that is pile 2. And then we have a piece of glossy pale pink rose quartz. Helps you to get in touch with your feelings, your heart chakra, just kind of an all-around good, beautiful stone. And this is paired with the Morgan Greer Tarot. And this is actually my first tarot deck, so also all 3 of these are kind of favorites for me. Okay. So while you kind of sink into the piles and feel into the energy, I'm going to play a singing bowl. Okay, my little ghosties, hopefully you've had enough time to sit with a pile and pick one. And thanks for sticking with me so far. I will see you in your reading. Bye. Hi, pile 1. If you picked this piece of green adventuring and the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot, then this is your reading. So I'm actually going to put this aside for a second. I'm going to lay out all of the oracles that I shuffled. There are a lot. And then I am going to pull some tarot on top of the cards. We're just going to stack a bunch of things today because, she's kind of like a maximalist today, I guess. Okay, So let's just get into it. I laid out a few cards to illustrate your past with this person. We have the thread moving in the forward direction, and then we also have the forest reversed. As past energy, we have consciousness, as present energy, space, and as future energy, love. And these energies are how your person's feeling about this situation. And kind of what their hopes are, like their view of the past, their view of the present, and their view of the future. And I guess I should say this, I got really excited because literally when I was like shuffling these out and I saw Space, like NASA by Ariana Grande, was just kind of, it's been repeating in my head. I'm really excited to kind of get into this energy, but remember, this is how your person's feeling right now. We are going to look at intentions. I don't think I mentioned that in the intro, but this is energy. So it's current energy. If anything in this pile doesn't resonate, this is a collective reading. So make sure you just listen with discernment. Just like anything else, if something doesn't fit for you, release it. Just be safe with these readings and don't let them take from you. They should be fun, Okay, that's my disclaimer. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. As kind of clarify for their energy towards you, we have I am tactful, number 26, 333, I am powerful, and 22, I am aligned. I pulled these cards as kind of like the clarifier for their wounds, like what they're dwelling on in this connection. And I remember every detail of that day. The timing wasn't right for us. You came closer than anyone, and I feel you leaving me behind. I do feel like this person carries a lot of regret and kind of deep feelings from whatever happened in this situation. And just this feeling like they weren't ready for you. We have, you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. And we have the tear and the vision. Okay, so the first thing that I want to talk about in this spread is this person does have just like an unabiding, overwhelming love for you. And I do feel like there are kind of two situations in this pile. Either you are with this person and you or they have asked for space, and you've kind of hit the pause button, and this person's trying to process whatever led up to that. Or this is a person that you really haven't talked to in a while. Like, I'm really getting it, like, the space is either you needed space for a moment or like you took space. But I think regardless, like, of which situation you are, your presence in their life has absolutely busted open their heart space. And you can see in this love card, and by the way, this has never come out in a reading for me. Like, this does not come out ever. So it was very like it surprised me almost, because usually I'm channeling like really heavy energy, and this just feels so beautiful. You've had a profound impact on this person. Your past energy is consciousness, but it's this person reflecting on the past energy and how much of an impact you have had on them, because it's been huge. I think you opened them up to an entire new way of being, And I don't know that this person has really been able to fully articulate what's going on with them, or the impact that you've had. And I do feel like it has been really rocky. Like it hasn't been an easy transition for them. Because I think they have really struggled in the past. Like you're not for everyone. Like they've struggled in the past with self-acceptance. And they're really learning to be courageous and to be in their power and get their power from within, as opposed to seeking externally for it. And I think that this has been a major conflict for you in the past. Like I see this forest as almost them kind of like getting lost within the trees and not really being able to find their way out. But they view you as this thread, and it's red here, like a red thread of fate, but I see it in my head as like a golden thread. Like your presence in their life has been this beacon, this light that has drawn them out of this very confusing path of this darkness, where it's almost like all of the trees in their life, the people around them were speaking to them, and they couldn't distinguish between like their own thoughts and the thoughts of other people anymore. Like it was extremely confusing for them. And I think the pressures from outside and from the people around them really caused them to lose their way a bit. And through reflecting on what's happened in your connection, number one, it has not been easy for them. And you know, this is about them. I can almost guarantee it hasn't been easy for you either. But the tears that they've shed over this connection and over what has happened and what's gone down has really connected them to their higher purpose, to their vision in life. And they truly, like if we look at these cards, like this is really your impact. Like, I am tactful, I am powerful, I am aligned. I feel like this person is learning to understand that their needs are important, and not just needs that are like based on ego or external things, like actually like truly who they are, like embracing their uniqueness. And they've been able to become aligned around that. And I think in the past, you know, like I remember every detail of that day. That card always really reminds me of like words said in anger, or out of like a self-protective nature. I think that if it came out as anger, this person was really trying to protect themselves. And I think they tried to justify this, like, oh, like I wasn't ready, or this or that. But I think in their heart of hearts, like, they just love you. Like and it's not even like a possessive love. It's like they're so grateful to have met you and to have you in their life. And with that, I feel you leaving me behind, like, and the courageous peony. I feel like they're really starting to take a look at their behaviors and what they've done in the past and how it's impacted this connection and led to this moment where there's space in between you, and this person doesn't like it. And they're trying to align themselves and align their thoughts and behaviors. Like, I feel like they have a really hard time with the way that they speak to themselves. And that comes out, and that has come out towards you. Know that this person recognizes that, oh, they're so sad. Like, they recognize that if they've said things to you that have been hurtful, they recognize that it's because they don't feel like they are enough within. And that's something that they are really, really, really trying to work on, so that they don't hurt you in the future. So that when, they've realized that their actions have been damaging, and this consciousness like really tells me that they're trying to integrate those lessons and take true accountability. Like, this courage isn't necessarily just courage to approach you or courage to apologize. It's courage to look within and admit that they have flaws and actively try to work on them. So when they come at you, it comes from a place of love. And they can actually accept love from you as well. Because I do feel like this person wants love very badly, but has such negative self-talk and just low self-esteem and self-worth that they push it away. It's much easier for them to be in their ego and kind of get lost in the forest in the past than it has been to actually let a true connection in. And if you see on the vision card, like, there are owls here, and the owl always reminds me of wisdom. And we also have the mountain in here, and the mountain card in this deck is about learning that the riches are actually buried beneath the mountain. It's not about climbing to the top. Climbing to the top is an ego response. Oh, I'm going to climb the highest mountain. I'm going to make it to Kilimanjaro. No. Actually, all the diamonds, the rubies, the gold, it's in ore. It's within the earth. And I think this person, and you can see there's like a little red light, and this red, what is it, the thread? The thread card is red as well. Like, you have taught this person so much, and they're extremely grateful to you about it. This person has cried a lot over this, and I don't think that they would ever really like share how much this has hurt them. I think they've been hurt a lot in their life, and it's really hard for them to be vulnerable and actually open up and let somebody see that side of them. But they're starting to change, and they're starting to be willing to actually be seen. And I think that's the biggest shift for this person. Like, they've been hiding. And I think you saw through that. And I think it kind of shocked this person. Like, there's a little bit of kind of like shock and awe. Like you completely busted their world open. And they didn't realize what was happening in the moment. But afterwards, when it was over and when there was space, they were able to process it and figure out what happened. And it just completely changed their perspective on life. Okay, let's pull some tarot. Like, I just keep hearing, you've changed me. Like, you've changed me. Okay. This person could be completely honest, Spirit. What would they say to pile one? Oh, I just heard I want you. You are this person's safe place. Like, it feels like out of everywhere in the world, they choose to be with you. But there's a lot of fear surrounding it. Like, La Baline is the Four of Cups. And in this deck, I interpret it as more of like a safe haven. But like, it's a safe haven inside of a whale's mouth. So you need a lot of trust and a lot of love to be able to relinquish control and swim into that mouth and find that peace. And I think this person recognizes that you are the person that they feel safety with. But because of their own, the lessons that they've needed to learn, like their own baggage, they feel like it's more than put their foot in their mouth. I don't think this person has ever really been able to share this with you. The Eight of Cups in this deck talks about words not really coming out right. Like, it's not necessarily even a lack of communications. It's like words falling wrong, and an inability to really communicate emotions. And I think this person, I feel this like fire and determination that's like building within them. Like, this is the Ace of Wands, and they're just, it's starting to simmer. And they're really trying to find the courage to be able to actually speak their needs, actually speak their feelings. Because they feel very unsafe doing that. They also feel so, so sad because they know that if they don't, they're going to lose you. And you might not even, if you don't talk to this person and you haven't spoken to them in a really long time, I wouldn't be surprised. Like, this really feels like this is an ongoing issue in a relationship and it's kind of like come to a head. Or this is somebody that you broke off with and maybe didn't even date, to be perfectly honest. Like, maybe you came in, it never really got off the ground, and then there was just nothing. But this person just thinks so highly of you, and I keep getting the feeling from them. They're like, well, if I can't do it now, I'm never going to be able to do it. If I can't tell this person how I feel, who am I going to tell? Like, I feel the safest with them. I love them. And if I can't do it for them, who else? Like, that's really what it feels like to me. Okay, Spirit, what else do you have to share with us? It's gonna be. Take that one. Okay. So we have cord cutting. This person feels like what's at risk is losing this thread, like you as their guiding light. Like I see this like right next to I feel you leaving me behind, and they're truly terrified that if they don't do something, you will be out of their life for good. We have this, it's fine, which is my passive aggressive, like British, it's fine, which means like, it's really not fine. Like this person is not okay. They're not okay with this situation. They're not okay with the way things ended. Like they're not okay with not having you in their life. It's not fine. We also have one day you'll laugh about this. I think this person is really, this came out in a different reading, and I don't think I fully explained like the card or what I felt from it, but like this person knows that they will never laugh about this. like these cards have kind of like positive and negative meanings. It could mean literally what it says. It could mean literally the opposite. It could mean something completely different. Like this person is really struggling to find joy in other areas of their life because they are so distraught over this situation. And again, like you might not be in contact with this person at all. They've just been extremely triggered by this situation. And I think for a while they were very lost in the forest and completely at a loss on what they needed to do in order to move forward and to heal. And I feel like it took like this like period of space of like nothingness, of no contact, of just being completely separate from your energy for them to really like get their shit together and figure it out. But the thing that really gives me hope here is we also have Dorothy's ruby slippers. And there are a lot of esoteric references in Wizard of Oz. It's like a, it's all about self-mastery, and Dorothy is like searching externally the entire movie for things that she thinks she needs in order to make it home. Kind of like wandering through the forest. And at the end of the movie, she realizes that she has had the power all along. All she needed to do was click her ruby slippers. And this person is realizing that the only thing that can fix this situation is them. And they've had it within them this entire time. It's just about building the courage and self-confidence and positive self-talk and really changing their view and their vision of life to be something different. That's like literally the only thing that's holding them back. Okay. I think let's pull some actual channeled messages. Okay, Spirit, to wrap it up, can we have a few messages? If Palo One's person could tell them anything, what would it be? Okay, we have, I want to show you the real me. I think they've changed a lot. I just want to be friends. Okay, when I put this down, like, remember, if you get messages that don't align, you are free to not take them. What I'm getting from this card right now is this person would take pretty much anything. Like, they absolutely adore you. And if the only way to have you in their life is to be friends, they would be all over it. Then we have, I see the world in your eyes. I've moved on. I can't forgive myself for hurting you. Apparently I have 2 of these cards in here. I can't forgive myself for hurting you. So yeah, they're really stuck on that. And the distance is killing me. I think this I moved on for me. Like, this is them moving on from their past bullshit. Like, it's not just kind of like an empty promise for them. And they want closeness again with you, regardless of what that means. Okay, let's wrap up with a piece of advice. Okay, Spirit, can we have a piece of advice for our lovely Palo ones? Yes, just go for it. Keep your positive energy up. Like, don't dwell on this, you know. That if this person is going to come forward, they're going to come forward. Vision, get clear on what you want and what is holding you back. I think this is Spirit reminding you, like, regardless of what's happening in the situation, regardless of what this person is going through or feeling, like, you are you. You have a path. You have a vision. Don't let somebody's mess, you know, or their feelings dictate your future and what you want to do with your life. Like, this person could definitely come back, but this is energy of how they're feeling right now. This isn't set in stone. And energy changes all the time. So I think it's good to, like, keep your heart open and keep a space for people in your heart. But at the end of the day, this is your life. And you can't wait around for somebody to get their shit together, you know? So do you. Like, if you're thinking about doing something, I feel like it feels like to me, like you're on a threshold. And you could step through that doorway. Like, you have something that you're working on, is what it feels like, or a decision that you need to make. And you keep kind of like peeking behind. And Spirit is saying, take that leap of faith and trust that the universe is going to catch you. And what's for you will not miss you. If this person is going to be there and along for the ride, like, they're going to come through that doorway with you. And if not, like, you're walking through a rainbow arch. Your life is going to be so much more beautiful than you could possibly understand. So this is all I have for you today, my lovely Palo ones. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for sticking with me this long. I'm just so grateful that you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, please like, comment, subscribe. That really helps me grow my channel. And above all, I hope you protect your little heart out there and put yourself first. And hopefully I will see you in another reading. Okay, bye. Hi Pile 2s, this is Muertera from the future after I've done your reading. It went a little sideways, as sometimes my readings tend to do. It looks like my candle's out too. Just wanted to give you a heads up, because if you were looking for more of a channeled feelings, messages type reading, this kind of turned a little bit more into advice. The person I was channeling was a little bit disconnected from objective reality. Yeah, so if that doesn't seem like your person, then I would definitely say check out either some of these readings that are linked up here or a different pile, because that was kind of the energy of this reading. Just a little unwilling to actually sit with what's actually going on. And if you've seen in my other readings, I tend not to channel messages when that's going on because I find it really confusing and not helpful. So yeah, that's what's going on in this reading. So hopefully I will see you for the rest of it. And if not, I hope to see you soon or in a different reading. Okay, bye. Hi Pile 2. If you chose the Red Carnelian and the Mysterious Forest Tarot, this is your pile. I'm going to move this off to the side for now because we are going to start with some oracles that I pre-shuffled. Before we get started, I do want to just, run through a little disclaimer. This is a general reading, so if there are little bits and pieces that don't 100% align and resonate for you, definitely take the things that resonate, leave the things that don't. There may be messages for other people in this file that might not 100% align with you. And know that this is energy. This can change. This is just this person's energy at this time. This is the second time I had to film this intro. I'm having a bit of a harder time than normal communicating right now. I feel like this person is clenched up a little bit and maybe not the best communicator. I don't know. Usually I talk a lot and I'm really having a hard time right now. So bear with me. We're going to get through this. So first, I'm going to lay out, I'll let you know kind of what the positions are as I lay out these oracles, but I asked about your person's, their view on the past of this connection, and we got rest, and they look like little winky boobies. Just want to point that out. My favorite card. We have disruption as their current view on the energy, how they're feeling in this connection. This disruption, generally for me, it's pink. I see it as like disruption as matters of the heart. And then we have as the future energy, how they're viewing the future of this connection as love. This also came out in the same position in the last pile, and I'm a little shook because it's literally never come out for me before in a reading. And it did twice in a row, and I shuffled it. So kind of interesting. For their past energy in the connection, we have the mirror reversed. And I forgot to mention, like, as I was shuffling out rest, like I saw it when I cut the deck and then it actually came out and I just heard like, I slept on you. Just like I could feel them shaking their head. As their kind of future view on the energy and the connection, we have I am a visionary, I am successful, and I am focused. For future energy, we have the box and the sustainer reversed. We have all paths lead home, and we the Hathors. And we the Hathors is deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. It's really about like being in a maternal embrace. And then as their kind of like core regrets or wounds for this connection, we have, I wish things could be different. I am afraid to contact you, and I am becoming a better person. Right off the bat, like when I started to channel this person's energy, like I feel like I'm getting very objective messages and not necessarily like messages channeled from their heart. It feels a little bit like ego-based. So for this specific pile, I'm gonna tell you what I'm feeling from it and kind of what I'm getting from them, and then we might kind of switch over into my objective view about what's going on, because they seem very, like, I'm afraid to contact you. Like, they seem pretty hesitant to speak. And so I want to make this useful for you and enjoyable. And so we're going to switch at some point. But as just kind of a quick like energy check though, let's kind of dig into these central energies. So I did hear straight off the bat, like I slept on you. This person is facing a lot of disruption, but just kind of like inner chaos. And it feels like they're only allowing it to be skin deep. And this disruption needs to kind of process deeper than that. Like if you see this card, there's these horizontal lines and then this line that kind of cuts through, and there's some above and below. And I think this person is really struggling to really incorporate lessons and let them go below. Like as above, so below. They're kind of like stuck in this like 3D version of themselves and having a really hard time letting lessons actually sink in. This person misses the comfort of you a lot. And this is going to be my objective read on it a little bit. It feels a little bit objectifying. Like they really want you to view them like if we look at these cards, like I'm focused, I'm successful, I'm a visionary. Like they want you to see them as that person. They don't want you to see the internal struggles that they're going through right now. And they're having a really, really hard time going within. Like we have all paths lead home, and then we also have this card that is really central around, I mean, it says mother's milk. It's like the care of a mother. They miss the tender care that you used to give to them. And I mean, like I always joke that rest looks like two winking boobies, but like I think it makes sense in this pile, especially because I think you had a very nurturing energy towards this person, and you really took care of them, potentially at the expense of yourself. And I think this person recognizes on some level that they need to change, but I feel like this change isn't really coming, it's not bubbling up from within, it is being forced upon them by the universe. Like when I flipped disruption, I was just like, oh, the universe is, and the candle just popped. Like the universe is opening up a straight up can of whoop ass for this person right now. And they don't seem to know like what is up and what is down. Like they are kind of all over the place. And it's kind of really hard to actually get like actual channeled messages for them. I'm not gonna lie. Because it seems like it's very ego based. Like they're very future oriented. I'm like, it's kind of hard. Like whenever I'm trying to kind of like dig into the past, like they're just like, lay it to rest. Like the past is the past. Like we don't need to dwell on it. You know, like we have this bright, shining future. We have the best relationship. Like look, like we're like the dream pair. Like we can do anything. I'm a visionary, like you're gonna be at my side, like we can literally accomplish anything. That's kind of like the background chatter that I'm getting from them. But it's not really objectively what's going on. Like they have a very distorted view of your connection. And I am getting like a more like a sense that this person is more kind of like divine masculine versus divine feminine, because I feel like they are almost like hyper masculine to the point where they've completely cut themselves off from processing emotions. And I think through your connection, the universe was really trying to hold up this mirror to them and indicate to them that, hey, you cannot continue like this. Like the moon is right here. You need to start processing this shit. Like you can't just let it sit there and linger. Like you need to deal with it. And I think this person just closed their eyes and put that bullshit on you and pretended it wasn't there. They feel like they're like I feel like I'm gonna cry, but they feel like they're gonna cry. I think this person, I don't think they ever admit it, but I think they have extremely deep wounds. And I think their wounds stem from their mother. And like in their deepest truth, I think that they have put that wound on every divine feminine that they have been with. And I think the universe is finally like, bro, no, like no more. On some level, they know that they've really messed up and they've really hurt you. But I think they really, like if they were being truly honest, I don't think they are really willing to change. With the box and the sustainer reversed, I feel like they're looking for validation and comfort and care and nurturing outside of themselves. And they've almost put you in this box where that is the only thing that you can be. Like you're not really your own person. Like you're a tool or object in this person's arsenal to fill that mother wound and to be that nurturing presence that this person didn't have while they were growing up. And so even though they're going through all of this turmoil, they still are like lying to themselves like nothing is wrong. Like I just hear from them like, we got this, babe. We're gonna do it. It's all good. Like it's you and me. We've been through this before. Like, but there's just not, there's just an unwillingness to self-reflect. Let's see what tarot has to say. We might go more into kind of advice for you because it's really hard to get channeled messages from someone who refuses to look within or kind of admit that anything's wrong, if that makes sense. Okay, Spirit, What can you tell me about how pile two's person feels about pile two? So we have the Seven of Cups, the Tower, the Five of Pentacles, and the Sun. Yeah. This person's inability to take action and see the ramifications of their actions in the past has led to this Tower moment. Like this rest is basically like, I see it as the same energy of the Seven of Cups. Like they truly, like, it's like they had their eyes closed and they were just blinding themselves to what was actually going on in this connection, which was them using it to fix themselves, like a broken mirror. But you can't seek externally to fix yourself. You have to look within. And the universe is trying to teach them that lesson, but they're not getting it. Like, they've gone through this Tower moment. They're at the Five of Pentacles, but like all they can really focus on is the future. Like, oh, it's going to be brighter in the future. Oh, like, we're going to have love. We're going to have love. I'm determined we're going to have love. Like, I'm going to move forward. It's going to be fine. But the issue is, and how I'm kind of reading the Five of Pentacles here is like, they have everything that they need to heal themselves. And life and the universe has been trying to get this person to look inward. And the Five of Pentacles is about struggle and hopelessness and being out in the cold. But in traditional Rider-Waite, those people are like literally outside of church. Like there's a place that they could go if they could just look up and see what was in front of them and see everything that was around them. And this person is just refusing to, like absolutely refusing to. So let's ask Tarot, Spirit, what's your advice for pile two? Strength. Oh my gosh, they're chatting. King of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, and Death is coming out sideways. So what I'm getting from this for you is you have been the strong one in this connection. Like, you've got strength, you've got the King of Pentacles, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. You're like truly all that in a bag of chips. And I think part of what is holding this person back from being able to grow is this dynamic. They need to learn how to take care of themselves on their own, because they are putting far too much on you. They are treating you like wifey, girlfriend, friend, mother, grandma, like literally everything. And this is all energy like that you could be putting into your own life. And I feel like this person is completely blind and unwilling to recognize that they're not actually bringing much to the table. Like, they got their eyes closed in this Tower card. They're just kind of blinders on, like, I'm not going to look at it. And so it may be up to you. You know, you have free will. You don't have to be in this connection. You don't have to be around this person. If you choose to, the best thing that you can do is change your own behavior. You can't control what this person does. You can't control how they think, you can't control how they feel, but you can control what boundaries you have. And if you don't like the box that they put you in, and you don't like the nature of this love or the expectations that they're putting on you, you can say no. You absolutely can. Like, you're not stuck in this. And I think Spirit really wants to like point that out. Like, you have a choice here. This is a situation in flux. Like, the universe wants to shake up this person, but there are things around them that are not allowing this change to occur. Okay. I think I'm going to grab some channeled messages from this person. Because I don't think that they're a bad person at all. I just think that they're completely in denial right now. And it's going to take a kick in the pants for them to really like figure out how to live life kind of like an adult. Okay, Spirit. If Pile 2's person could be completely honest, what would they say? Okay, that is too many. We'll take the top. I hate myself for hurting you. Yeah. I'm becoming aware of my own divinity. You see me and it scares me. That's the mirror part. Like, you've reflected this person's nature back to them, and they're getting it in small bits and pieces. Like, that's their divinity coming through, but they're extremely scared, and it makes them feel out of control. I need to find myself. I took the easy way out, and I hope we'll meet again. Okay, so let's wrap up with a couple pieces of advice. Okay, Spirit, what pieces of advice do you have for a beautiful Pile 2s? Whoop, okay. Well, that was a lot. Fuck it. You know what? I'm going to take them all. Spirit is like excited to talk to you. So, Diana, be one with nature. You may find comfort in nature, but like, I love like the explainer in this deck of Diana. Like, Diana is owned by no man. Like, she's like the opposite of like mother energy. She's like out hunting in the forest alone. Really dope energy. I feel like that is something that like you can embody right now. You know, like you truly don't need anybody. Like, my friend likes to say that, you know, a relationship is like, and friends are like the seasoning on a life. And I think that Spirit is really trying to tell you that, like, you don't really need anybody else. Like, you're the King of Pentacles by yourself. But when you find the right person, that person adds seasoning and spice to your life. Like, it doesn't detract from it. It's an addition. Spells and rituals bring magic and self-care together. So take care of yourself. Like, carve out some time. We have Divine Feminine, step into your power. We're going to put little vanities over her boobies. We have Kali, step into unknown, do not be afraid. Like, these are some powerful cards. And then Coven, power of sisterhood. So I think what Spirit is really saying is take care of yourself. Recognize that you are extremely powerful. So powerful. You don't have to be afraid of anything, honestly. You don't have to be afraid of change. And I think that you have a lot of people in your life who also think you are extremely dope and just want you to be happy. So lean on them when you need it. Like, you have a network for a reason, and your sisters are there for you. Okay, so Pal 2, this is all that I have for you today. Thank you for hanging out with me and kicking it with me. I hope this was helpful. I hope it helped. It kind of, went off in a different direction than I had originally planned. But I want to make these helpful and kind of present it in a way where you feel empowered and not dragged down by somebody else's baggage. So remember, like, you're not responsible for healing them. They have a lot of healing to do, and they need to do it themselves. So thanks again for hanging out with me. If this resonated, please like, comment, subscribe. That really helps me grow my channel. And above all, stay safe, protect your little heart, and I hope I will see you back in another reading. Bye! Hi Pile 3! If you chose the little pink rose quartz and the Morgan Greer Tarot, this is your reading. I'm going to move this off. I will pull that later. We're going to start out with oracle cards. Just as a disclaimer, remember I'm reading current energy, and this is a collective reading. So if there are things that don't quite resonate, let those ones go. Don't let it take from you if something comes out that doesn't quite fit. And remember, like, you're not responsible for the way that anybody's feeling. You're not responsible for fixing anybody. I hope that this can bring you a little bit of comfort and maybe be like a little bit of stress relief. But yeah. Let it fill you. Don't let it take from you. I do want to make a comment before I pull these cards. I wish I had live shuffled them, because I feel like just multiple cards came out of the same thing from two decks, and it kind of like blew my mind a little bit. But for your past energy with this person, we have the Medallion and the King. Just two hands high-fiving. We have Rejection as the past energy, Intuition as the current energy, and Protection as how this person is viewing the future. And we have these two locks locked together. For the forward moving energy from their perspective, we have I am intuitive, we have intuition there. I was like, what? And then also I am protected, and we have protection. Double what? Then we have I'm unique. That like literally just, when I flipped those over, I was like, what? Sometimes I don't even believe, truly. Okay. And then we have you speak to me through music, and literally my spirits are like rolling their eyes at me. I look for you everywhere, and I wish I had treated you better. As the central energy, we have the Void, Stop, Embrace Winter, Great Cosmic Womb, and Deep Cellular Healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. And then for the future energy, we have the Venom, we have Thanatos, and we have the Siren. Okay, so first off, I want to talk a little bit about the colors in this pile, because I feel like there's like this like distinct divide where we have like this orange kind of theme over on this side, like orangey red. It seems very like egocentric to me. And then on this side, we have like purple. And this seems like, I don't know, like just, it makes me feel like this connection is just divinely guided, divinely protected. Like whatever is meant to happen in this connection is going to happen. So I think the first thing, like when I was shuffling, that this person would want you to know is that they had no idea. They didn't know. I'm hearing I was blind to this connection. I didn't understand what it was. I took an offer and I stopped it. I slapped it down. And I feel like this person could have made you an offer and kind of rescinded it, like their ego kind of came in. Or maybe for some of you, like it was kind of half-assed. Like these hands aren't touching, they're kind of just in the vicinity. This person wants you to know that you've had an extremely deep impact on them. And it wasn't the impact that they were expecting from this connection. It kind of disconnected them from life for a second. Like, we have the void. And I think they had to stop and really actually embrace the deeper, darker parts of themselves. And I think right now, like they're building intuition around this connection and just a deeper connection in their life. They want you to know that you will always have a special place in their heart. But right now, they don't have anything to give to you. They're going through a really transformative process. And for whatever reason, they feel like they've been locked. It's weird, like there's like a couple things with these locks, like they've been locked away from you. But also I feel like this person, like they feel like their future is like not dark, like in the sense where like it's like going in a bad direction, but it's like opaque, like they can't really see it. They don't really know where this journey is taking them. And I think they're starting to understand the spiritual nature of this connection. They see and feel you everywhere. Like you are woven into the fabric of their life and the fabric of their being at this time. Like I saw this Thanatos card when I was shuffling too, and then it popped out later, but I just heard threads of fate. And these hands are connecting in this center, and the hands aren't connected here, but they are in the future. And this person wants you to know, like, they can't offer you anything right now. And it's not because they don't want to. It's because they know that they've got some demons to fix. Like we have the siren and we have the venom. And these are like arguably like, I don't want to say like worst or best cards, but like kind of the worst cards in the deck. And this person, they also want to protect you. Like they have this very this very deep, abiding love and respect for you. And they feel it on a soul level. And I think they're becoming aware of that soul connection, although they weren't at first. And they have a lot of hope for the future, that maybe in some place and some time in the future you'll meet again. But it's very kind of like hazy, and they're not really sure where like the next steps go. But they're kind of trusting in the universe, and trusting that there will be hands to guide them. And at some point, your paths will cross again. But right now, they want you to know that rejection truly is divine protection. They have some deeply problematic behaviors that they really need to work on. And they do feel like in some way the universe stopped them. And while at the time it may have felt like a curse, it was actually a blessing in disguise. Because they felt like they were the king, but they couldn't see that like they were a despot. I feel like this person put you through the ringer. You know, the siren talks about addiction. It can talk about adultery, like the siren song kind of leading you in a direction that you shouldn't go. And the venom is acid, you know, like, and that can be words, that can be actions. And this person wants you to know that you deserve better than that. And the universe is keeping them away, but I think that like they're saying it's my choice too. Like I need to fix me. I need to figure out what that void is within me, like my shadow self, my darkness. And I need to transmute that. I need healing. And even though I feel you everywhere, and you are such an inspiration to me, I cannot put this on you. I need to go at it alone. Because it's unfair for you. Okay. We're going to move on to the tarot. I just heard I'm not going to make it if you're there to help me. I don't think this person's wrong about that though. Okay, Spirit, can you tell me more about how this person is feeling towards pile 3? You say my vices got in the way. I couldn't offer you pure love. It was clouded. I was cut off from my deepest truth. And I thought I was in the sunlight, but really I was in the light of the moon. And my life is paused. I can't move this forward. I'm unable to manifest it. I'm unable to move it forward. I'm being told no at every turn. And I can't see the future, and I can't see a way back, but I have faith and trust. I know that we're connected, and I know that's not going to change. I'm becoming aware of my own spirituality, of my own divinity, of law and order, of not just the natural world, but the spiritual world, the things I couldn't see before. And I can't make a commitment when I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know how to heal myself. And I know that there are so many things within me that will prevent me from treating you like you deserve. And I know that if I've fucked it up in this life, I will see you in another. I am absolutely certain of that. I don't want to be a burden to you. I don't want the thoughts of me to be a burden to you. I worry that you think about me and look for me as much as I do for you. And I want you to be happy. I want you to find somebody who's stable and who can actually give you what you need. Because my cup is empty. I have nothing to offer you. And I don't mean this to knock myself down. I mean this to be very realistic. I know where I need to go now. I know what I need to balance inside of me. And I know it's unfair to bring you along for that journey. It would just damage both of us. I have to make this choice, and it's not something that I want to do. But I know that I'm being divinely guided. I know that the sword cuts both ways. And I know that this connection was unbalanced. And I know that my vices and my wandering eyes, my coldness and my cruelness got in the way. And I know this is divine justice for me. I want you to know that you deserve better. And I say that fairly, without the scales tipped. Okay. We're going to pull some channeled messages as well. This person's connection to you is very strong. I feel like they're very firm in this, though. Like they've made this decision. And I'm hearing, I need to be strong for the both of us. Okay, Spirit, can we have a few channeled messages? What would this person say to pile 3 if they could be completely honest? You see me and it scares me. I feel like that's the rejection energy. This person was not prepared for a connection like this. I want to show you the real me. I have feelings for someone else. And that's the siren energy. I did kind of pick up that this person and this might not be true for everyone, so you're gonna know. Like, you will absolutely know this person is pretty upfront right now about their failings, and it's a general reading, so it'll be a spectrum. But this person has a wandering eye, and the degree to which that is, like, again, will vary, but they recognize that that is a fault within them. This is not them saying, hey, I'm gonna go date and marry and love this person. It's, I'm not enough for me right now, and that's the reason why one person isn't enough for me either. Dang, this came out really fast. I'm in awe of your strength. I feel so alone. Yeah. I can't forgive myself for hurting you. These came out too. I have two of the same card. Embarrassing. I should have taken one out. But double. You know, their idea of strength right now is healing themselves and stopping this cycle of hurting you. And I feel like when they are healed, they're going to want you to see them. The real them. The person who's not dragged down by their baggage. The person who is, you know, not coming in hot and cold or toying with your emotions. They want to be a stable presence. But they're also recognizing that it's going to take them a long time, because these are really toxic behaviors that they need to work through. Okay, we're going to grab you some advice. Okay, Spirit, what advice do you have for our special pile threes? No, sleep on it. This is the universe saying, hey, like, we are protecting you right now. This is locked down right now because this person needs to grow, and you do too. There is a reason why this never really got off the ground. And it was because the both of you need to heal. And we're channeling this person's healing messages right now, so it's really focusing on the way that they need to heal. But this is a divinely guided connection. And so if this brought up things in you, you know, they're in awe of your strength. I feel like this situation made you stronger. It made you more confident. It made you more vocal about what you will and won't put up with. And they're saying there's a reason for this. There's a reason why this happened the way that it did. And that was because we put the brakes on it. Because you both needed to learn and grow. We have to keep moving forward. You got this. Like, you're going to take that strength and you're going to build an amazing life for yourself. This isn't the end for you. You know, these connections can be so freaking painful. But you have it in you. You're going to walk through this portal. I just feel like this has gotten you much more connected, like, with your spiritual self. Like, maybe you've started meditating, or like, I'm kind of getting the vibe like you're kind of like doing like nature rituals or something like that for some of you. And I feel like Spirit is saying, like, yes, like, get in contact with your ancestors. Get in contact with your witchy roots. Like if you want to start like reading tarot, read tarot. If you want to go out in the woods and like, I don't know, bury a knife in the woods and make it your like sacrificial herb cutting knife, go do it. Like, you know, it doesn't have to be mainstream, I guess is what they're saying. Like if you're called to something that's like, I'm getting something like closer to your roots, like whether you're like Slavic or like, I don't know why Slavic is coming out, but like practices that are tied in with like the religion of your ancestors, especially if it's like Eastern Europe or something like that. Like they're saying go for it. Like you've got it in you to do this, and this connection was here for you to really connect in to your spiritual nature. And this is the doorway. It just takes a nudge to push you through, and this was supposed to be the nudge. I'm also going to pull the bottom deck. Yep, and just a final message, surrender to the universe. This connection was divinely guided. And those can hurt so much, and they can be so traumatic, and you're a badass and you are strong for making it through this. And this was designed for you, to help you. It's not supposed to take from you. So Spirit's got you. They're supporting you. They're guiding you in the right direction. And I feel them smiling, like they're beaming ear to ear. And it may not feel great right now, but you're going to get to a point where you look back and you are so grateful for the growth that you have, and you are going to be smiling too, regardless of how much pain that this has caused. Because you're going to feel whole within yourself. Okay, this is all I have for you. A cute little pile of threes. Thank you so much for coming. I'm really grateful to have you here. If you resonated with this reading, please like, comment, subscribe. That helps me grow my channel. And above all, like I'm excited for you to, you know, get in touch with your witchiness. Truly, that was life-changing for me. I hope it's life-changing for you. But until we meet again, I hope you protect your little heart, and hopefully I will see you again in another reading. Bye.